One day you try to run a Minecraft server with your friends and it becomes a little laggy. You're not sure why, but it might be because you need a new server host. So, you search to find one, and instead of the usual ones you see, you decide to go with something you've never heard before. Blockpoint. It says it promises powerful Minecraft servers, so you just go with it. But you never even thought that a decision so little could ruin your life forever. But to understand all of this, we have to watch the first video, our server tour. We start with a player named Cat on a Minecraft server with some friends, including the one we see in front of us, Mystic. We also see some new faces like Clutchify and Drip. It seems like in this video, Cat just wants to show around the server. I mean, it is a tour after all. But before that happens, take a look in the chat. Compared to all the messages, Mystics don't line up at all, saying things like, "What are you talking about?" and "You are always active." Strange, but no one really notices, so Cat begins to explore. We first take a look at the farm, then moves on to the outside the house where we see a new player typing chat, Michael. Cat then shows us the mine, which seems like your average staircase tunnel. Drip seems to be mining there. But now it's time to show the houses, starting with Drip's base. I mean, it's not my cup of tea of colour choice, but to each in their own. The next place Cat shows is the stage, and this seems to be very important to the server. Maybe we'll find out why. However, none of these places compare to what we see next. We head over to another new player on the server, Jarvis, but something doesn't feel right. His base is the most strange of them all. What's even weirder is Jarvis's response for Cat showing the base off. He declined. I don't see any reason for this, but anyway, Cat shows off another farm this time, even bigger than the last. Though, let's not ignore this beautiful sunset, as it's turning night on the server. There's still one more place to show, and it's Michael's. He seems to have the biggest place compared to the rest, even having this big lookout window. And after giving a tour, a few seconds later though, Jarvis says this in the chat.
"Did someone take my diamonds from my chest?"
And we are left on a feud. Before we move on, I wanted to point out a couple things. Firstly, with Jarvis, it seems like compared to everyone else, he has better gear, even having the bolt armor trim that you can acquire from a trial chamber. Coincidentally, he discovered the first one too. I feel like that's more than enough to realize he has more knowledge over everyone on the server, and the fact that Cat said no one likes him makes Jarvis the odd one out, especially combined with that so-called base. Though it seems like we'll know more about it as we move on to day 2. Weird glitch on our server, mining iron. It's another day on the server, and it feels rather empty. There is only one other person online, and that's Michael, but the convo didn't feel right. Michael complained to Cat why they weren't responding to them, but they weren't even playing. Though for some reason Michael says that they were just playing together. What? That signifies that Cat was in this game the whole time without even being online. Something clearly isn't right. After a mining trip with Michael, the only one on the game, they go back to the surface and recoup to the house, where Michael says he has to go, but he'll be back soon. For now though, it's just Cat on the server. I hope. However, this is her opportunity to know what Jarvis has been doing, why he doesn't want anyone near his base. Cat needs to know. She goes up to the weird looking house, if you can even call it that, and upon entering, it's not like any normal base. Immediately there's a sign saying don't look in the chest, and there said to be some sort of jail or prison with bunk beds. Opening the chest shows a weird variety of items, something a player doesn't usually have in their chest. Cat spots some stairs in the corner of their eye, and upon going up, sees a desk, a chair, and a book.
"Do not read if you're not Jarvis 777. Day 1. Something's off. When I logged in today, half my coal was gone. Nobody admits to it. I thought maybe I misplaced it. But I never forget where I store things. Day 2. I saw footprints near the base. Not mine. I covered the chests with dirt, but when I came back, the blocks were broken. No one on the server said they were near me.
This kept going for multiple pages, but everything Jarvis wrote in the book seems to point out the fact that Cat is online and never logs out, and they're always watching. But this isn't true. Cat knows this. They brush it off by calling Jarvis a weirdo, and Cat quickly checks the chest down under this mysterious trapdoor before going out and typing,
He's hiding something.
and it cuts just like that. That was about it. The channel all of a sudden became silent and stopped uploading. Until only after a week where we finally saw something appear. Really weird structure. As we know, Cat is back uploading his videos again, but this time has something to show. They go down to the farm, and we spot a redstone block in the corner. Weird place to put one, if I'm being honest. I guess this is why Cat is skeptical. But there really is only one way to figure this out, and it is to investigate it. The tension rises as Cat goes to break the block, and breaking it reveals a long, downwards staircase. With torches in one hand, Cat slowly goes down, with the aim of figuring out what's down there. Cat finds some diamonds on the way down, and of course, for precautions, blocked it off just in case. Though something strange happened while mining them. There was no achievement. Cat never mined any diamonds at all. Finally, Cat reached the end, and well, what they stumble upon is rather odd. I don't even know how to describe this. It's like some sort of portal that looks like a ritual. But Cat just stood there, looking deeply into this. A weird noise was played. It was time to get out of here. Cat made it on the surface, but still believes it's some sort of prank. But little do they know, this is far from a prank.
I should investigate. Right.
And now the investigation begins. This video starts unusual. This time it seems like we are in a different POV, which we find out is Mystic's. Cat explains how last video they found something strange and wanted Mystic to investigate as well, so that's exactly what Mystic is about to do. Like last time, it was blocked off by wood, but Mystic somehow remembered where it was and found it. They then go down the ladder and the same corner is still there. Mystic goes up to it and breaks the remaining wood, and a downward staircase appears. But they ended up not going down there, missing what's deep down below, blaming it on the fact that Cat was probably just mining. Turns out Mystic is investigating Jarvis' base instead. After the chickens, of course. Before Mystic goes to Jarvis' base, he quickly explores his trial chamber he discovered, just in case he was missing something. But there was nothing. even Mystic understands how bad of a base this is. Like, what's the point? Though instead of going straight upstairs, he goes downwards, unlike Cat, making sure everything is checked. And well, Mystic found a secret. Something Cat couldn't find, but knew he was hiding something. But again, Mystic wanted to know everything about this base, so they left this for later. Instead, checking out the book first. He then moved on to the very last thing to investigate, the hidden entrance. Mystic stumbles upon some sort of cave area. Looks like a mini house, with a lectern, some chests, a crafting table, and a couple furnaces. It seems like this is Jarvis' secret base / chest, because he did complain about diamonds being stolen earlier. But what's more important is this book. It tells us a lot of information. It starts with a very positive note explaining how Cat had this cool idea for the server. Jarvis seems to get diamonds first, but a little bit of repeating history. According to him, Cat never logged off for days, and it seems on his side, things become more strange as he continues to play. Though, he then explains how he is trying to build secret bases to hide things from the others, but more importantly, to hide from Cat, as Jarvis doesn't trust him one bit. The next day rises, and apparently people have been complaining about server errors, but no response from the admin. However, this is where it gets even more strange, explaining how the server changed their engine, which I assume is the host to a new one called Lockpoint. No one has ever heard of this, nor does it even exist online. So from Jarvis' perspective, it seems like the server ran just fine with no lag. And especially with no plugins at all, most servers would be able to run smoothly, just normally, so why would you need to change to some random server host? Well, there's one thing on the channel that we haven't covered yet to get some answers. The community posts. The first one explains how there was no video as the server crashed every 30 minutes, but pay attention to the wording. We need to shut him down. It's talking about someone, and that someone could possibly be Jarvis. The next one is a bunch of Discord screenshots, but this is very important as it talks about the server host, Lockpoint. Immediately at the start, we can tell that the story isn't lining up. Jarvis is the one complaining about the lag and also saying it's unplayable, saying we need a new host. But in the book, Jarvis says it was completely fine and they didn't need to change the server host. What? The next two help us understand who's actually running the server, and it seems to be Drip, as he's the one changing the engine. He's also the one that found Lockpoint. Interesting. But it seems like everyone on the server is just as confused, not knowing what Lockpoint actually is. However, they seem to give it a chance, even though Jarvis is definitely not agreeing with whatever this is. Though, we can't just declare anyone as the bad guy just yet. We still don't have the full story. It seems like as the days go by, Jarvis finds more weird things, like this strange structure which we saw earlier, as Cat discovered. It's the same one. It seems like all this is blamed as nonsense and overreacting. No one believed Jarvis. They all thought he was some weird person, but what if he was actually telling the truth? Maybe Jarvis' theory is correct. Maybe Cat is the one to blame. I think it found me. I don't know how. I'm sitting underground on shit, but it keeps coming straight at me. What a weirdo, Cat, bro. What are you doing? I'll try to log out in time if things get too dangerous. No. Mystic realized something. Jarvis was right. All along. I'm so sorry. It seems like the next 3 videos have some sort of conversation going on. I don't want to. I can't. Do it. Let's first take a look at I don't want to. Lightning flashes. Everywhere Cat goes it seems to be corrupting. Cat is the only one online, which is strange. No one but Cat seems to be witnessing this, right? Cat realizes there's only really one way down, and it is to jump. The screen cuts back, and Cat is typing in chat.
What did you do? I know it's you. Bring back my friends.
Cat goes and slowly walks over to the empty chunk, and stares at it for a little bit. Though amidst the corruption, Cat wanted to figure out what's really going on. Right now. We can now move on to the next video. Do it. Cat goes inside and seems to get geared up, ready to take on whatever happens and figure out the truth. So they check around the server, investigating everything. Cat explains that there's always a clue, no matter what. So they just have to keep hunting. Cat deeply stares at this, terrified of what happened last time and doesn't really want to go down. But they have to figure out what's going on. Cat makes their way back up to the surface after destroying the weird structure that, thought that was the problem, but unfortunately didn't fix the issue. Cat was furiously looking for answers, trying to solve this corrupt situation, but unfortunately nothing unfolds. So, they take a break at the campfire. Thinking.
I think I know.
Out of nowhere, Cat knows something. Are we finally going to get a conclusion to this? Cat starts on top of this tree, claiming that someone was standing here in their last video. And I went back into the footage and I can't really seem to see anyone. Unless someone is hiding behind the bushes or is in a frame, let me know if you can find it in the comments. But anyway, back to the video. Whether Cat is hallucinating or not, they claim the person was heading a certain direction, and maybe following them might lead them to an answer. So, Cat starts making their way, stepping foot on this journey, with the goal in mind to find out the truth.
Where are they?
Cat seems to be lost, stuck, not knowing where to find his answers. But soon we'll understand. Cat takes a pause, a long pause, before typing no. And immediately after that, typing I can't. They then start to get rid of everything, every potion, every item, except two, an ender pearl and a water bucket. Cat ends up in some sort of weird area, dimension of some sort. Not familiar in a normal Minecraft world. I guess the server has fully corrupted. Cat can't even spell properly. They are seeing things, hallucinating. Is everything not even real? What is going on? It seems like the noise has calmed down a bit. Is Cat getting closer? They realize something. They are in adventure mode. They can't break anything. Immediately turning around, Cat just randomly types "I don't want to," one of the titles of the video, as soon as they saw this void. But the closer they got, the quicker we find out that this is some sort of console room. This has something to do with Lockpoint, and Cat is stuck in the actual server.
What is this place?
Don't worry, Cat, it's not your fault. You were just holding us up so we could do the rest, which you no longer have to worry about. We are monsters. You won't do anything about it. Because we don't exist. You can't keep pretending you're someone who will save it, even if you know you're not. You will never set foot outside this terrible place again.
This made us realize that Cat was just a puppet on a string, being manipulated without even realizing it. Their friends were there to draw Cat in, pulling the string further. The server was never a real thing, everything was just a creation and experiment to capturing Cat back into this so-called jail of Lockpoint, never to see the light of day.